All right, let's talk about one of the biggest missions in tech, migrating to the cloud. It can feel like a huge, complicated undertaking, but today we're going to show you the command center that makes it all manageable, AWS Migration Hub. So, if you've ever been involved in a cloud migration, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The sheer scale of it can be a lot. You're probably asking yourself, how do I even begin to get a handle on all this?
Because, a migration isn't just about moving some files from point A to point B. Oh no, it's this complex, tangled maze of servers, critical databases, all your business apps, and, this is the tricky part, all those invisible dependencies that connect everything. You make one wrong move, and a critical service could just vanish. It is so easy to get lost.
But what if you could navigate that entire maze with a single unified map? A central control plane that brings some serious order to all that chaos? Well, that is precisely the job of AWS Migration Hub.
So, what is this thing really? At its core, AWS Migration Hub is your single source of truth. It's the one central spot where you gather all your data on applications and servers so you can properly assess, plan, and, most importantly, track your entire migration into AWS.
Yeah, don't just think of it as another tool in the toolbox. This is your mission control. It's the one dashboard you need for the whole operation, giving you that complete, real-time view of everything that's going on.
Okay, so any successful mission starts with good intelligence, right? In the migration world, that's called the discovery phase. Because, let's be real, you absolutely cannot move what you don't fully understand. So here's how it works. Migration Hub basically sends out a scout, which is the application discovery service. It goes deep into your data center, finds all your apps, all your databases, and it builds this complete inventory of your servers and how they're all configured. And then, all of that critical intel gets fed right back into Migration Hub. Simple as that.
All right, intelligence is gathered. Now it's time for the action phase, the execution. But Migration Hub doesn't do this alone. Think of it more like a general, commanding specialized troops to do all the heavy lifting.
And these are two of your main workhorses right here. On one side, you've got the Application Migration Service. This is your specialist for those lift and shift projects where you're moving entire apps over with very few changes. Then on the other side, you have the Database Migration Service. This one's purpose-built for that super delicate task of moving your data, whether it's Oracle, SQL Server, you name it, safely into the AWS ecosystem.
And here's the really brilliant part. As all these different services are doing their jobs, they're constantly reporting back to base. All of their progress is tracked right there in your central hub. This gives you that unified, real-time view of the entire operation without you having to frantically jump between a dozen different tools.
So let's bring it all home. What's the bottom line here? What can you actually do from this central control plane that's going to solve those real-world migration headaches?
The real power is how it all comes together. You can logically group different servers into what they actually are, applications. That's critical because one app can live on a bunch of machines. You track everything from that one dashboard, which just kills the confusion. You can get cost estimates so there are no nasty surprises on your bill after you move, and it even goes a step further. Migration Hub can give you recommendations for modernizing your apps, like maybe shifting to containers or going serverless to really get advantage of the cloud.
Look, if you remember just one thing from all this, let it be this. AWS Migration Hub is the central place, the command center for your entire cloud migration. It's what brings simplicity and visibility to a process that is, let's face it, famously complex.
And that's really the power of a true control plane. It transforms what feels like this daunting, impossible mission into something that's manageable, trackable, and, in the end, successful. So the question really isn't if you can handle a complex migration anymore, it's, with this kind of command center at your fingertips, what awesome mission are you going to build next?